Okay, you're most welcome, our dear viewers, to the Jan TV channel. It's on YouTube. For those who are new to our channel, we would like you to subscribe, comment, and share the link for others to join us. Today, we are here with the Electoral Commission to discuss further the election roadmap as elections for Busa presidency and parliamentary seats are opened officially today for applications. My name is Daniel Lagen, a journalist working with Jan TV. With me here, I have the Electoral Commission Chairman, Pastor Cho Muhendo Livingstone. You're most welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Today, we understand on your calendar, you are open for applications for the parliamentary seats, for the General Secretary and the presidential candidate. So, how ready are you to hold these elections?
Thank you, brother, for the question. I think the Electoral Commission Bugema University is ready with the activities. Remember, we went in office in October last year, and therefore, since then, we have been carrying out activities. Our executive is working hard enough to see that everything moves on very well. And the government already approved our budget, so we have a running budget, and therefore we are set with committees. Every activity on our budget and every activity that it needs the electoral process to go on very well has been set. But most importantly, we have already been trained. We have already so we have already made some procurements whereby the equipments that will be needed, of course, not inclusive the ballots because this will be too early. But most of the things that are needed are in place. To add to that, I think the Electoral Commission is ready. Even if you could say that next week we carry out the elections, everything is set. We are just now waiting for the dates to come by as we continue with our activities.
Okay, Pastor. As you say you're ready for the elections, earlier on in the day when you shared the special announcement for call of applications, the question that arose very fast was the issue of the application fee, because there's a question that why is it that expensive? 200, 250, 200, and 120,000. That's for member of parliament and GS and presidency and for the presidency respectively. But now my question is that money also part of the money used for funding your activities, or it goes onto a separate account?
The question of the application fee, the truth of the matter is all what is needed as per activities are supposed to be there. It is on a budget. But that budget is not funded 100% by the government. And therefore, the EC tries to see that, so it's to find out ways so that they can cover up their budgets. And for information, our budget that I think we are running with is less than the one we anticipated. Therefore, we had to add. We go to the application fees, we get some money to add on the budget. Mostly all the application fees goes on the budget, but also we go to administration to help us matters that we cannot even fund ourselves. We also look for well-wishers. Therefore, this money that we have put is not is much, but we have calculated and see that if we get this money, plus the money we got from the government is going to lead us through the electoral process. Because the electoral process does not stop with electing the leaders. It goes on up to next year in October, November, when we go out of office. Therefore, mostly the money that students pay during applying for these posts, it helps us run activities even during the electoral process, but also after electoral process.
Okay. Now, you say after electoral processes. Mm-hmm. Now, my question is, in your personal opinion, why do you think the government has underfunded your people? Because we understand Electoral Commission is an independent body. That means he has to be given all his money. They should not be running to other agencies for financial support. Because I believe if someone puts money, a well-wisher puts money into your process of election, that means the election is going to be influenced by his decisions somehow, somewhere, because he's going to be having the hands.
I can't stop your anticipation and you are thinking that someone, when he puts some money in an organization, then he will influence. But you have said it, what is independent body. Therefore, we can't accept to be overtaken by some people's opinions because everything we do is scheduled, it is followed up. It must be in the constitution. Therefore, that's why you have even observers. That's why you have even those who come to see how we do our activities from the National Electoral Commission. And therefore, I don't believe that someone, when he funds us, then he will influence. But why is the government funding underfunding the EC? I think the issue of money is in every organization whereby whenever you come up with a budget, the people in authority, they normally say we don't have money. It is like a song that is sung everywhere in every organization, and therefore these people in the government, they try to cut so that they can spend less, but also they know they are reducing this money because you are going to receive application fees. So they cannot fund everything because they know, if we give them this all day as they have budgeted, means that the application fee will come and it will have no use. And
Okay.
therefore, they leave that gap, knowing that you are going to receive some extra funding from somewhere.
Okay. Now we leave the issue of application fee. We come back to your body. How is your team formed? What is like the number of members in your team?
The Electoral Commission, Bugema University, 2022-2023. We started by applying. Of course, we had an advertisement on the campus and notes boards. But when we applied, we didn't know that we'd go through. But by God's grace, we went through. And also, after the interviews, those who went through were 13 number. We don't know why they are 13, but that's the program and the policy of the government. And therefore, after the 13 people came in place, they had to constitute executive, whereby I was elected as the chairman, and the other posts were elected. And therefore, how we came into place, that's how it is constitution, whereby you have to, every year, the government has put on a new electoral commission, and 13 people. I think we representing different countries. Only very few countries that are not represented on the EC for Gema University because the number is less, so you cannot represent all the countries. Yeah, they cannot represent all the countries, but I think that's how we are. That's how we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. This
Welcome.
now, as we wrap up our interview with the Electoral Commission Chairman, today will be our first time here at the Electoral Commission offices. But we will be here back again to give you more updates as the elections start to unfold. Because there's a saying that a week in politics is a lifetime. So politics shapes our life in the university. And we have committed ourselves to giving you 100% of this coverage. From me and the team, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe and comment.